All right, we're going to do part 2 of the board meeting. We're going to do the general manager report. I try to like to break these up, but Pootie wants me to do it, so I'll do it.
Comprehensive service analysis, and then I'll provide you with a third quarter performance report.
So he's got like nothing. I mean, his reports are useless. Okay, there's nothing there. Those of us who listen to the scanner know exactly what's going on in TRIMET, and he won't ever address any of that. Okay, none of it gets addressed.
Start off here. First thing this morning, I want to provide a brief update on COVID-19 as we weather through another wave of heat. TRIMET continues to hear reports about positive tests from employees who are feeling sick or who may have been exposed, and we're reacting accordingly right now. So we are canceling and delaying in-person meetings when prudent, and move to a digital platform when possible, just like what we're doing this morning.
That has nothing to do with the bus drivers, okay? Nothing. That's you. The bus drivers are in the middle of this shit, and you give them nothing. You give them nothing. Nothing. So here they are talking about how bad it is, and they give the bus drivers nothing.
Here with the board meeting, among the cases we learned about, we're seeing a slight uptick and repeat illnesses. So that's why we continue to encourage mass use on board buses and trains, and we welcome our employees who report to work in person to wear a mask while they're here. Most important, as you know by now, is to stay home, when employees are not feeling well.
Until we fire you.
So that they can recover, also protect coworkers. And
they do give you 40 hours. Yeah, they give you 1 week of COVID leave, separate from your sick leave. But that doesn't help you when you keep getting sick, okay? In the case of Patrick Coomer's having this problem, okay? He keeps getting reinfected. And it can make you pretty sick. So, this shit can make you very ill. Interestingly, I haven't been sick really since this whole shit began. I have no vaccines, no nothing. They're never going to shoot that shit into me. Absolutely not. So it's a problem. It's a problem for the employees because TRIMET is very regressive when it comes to you getting sick.
Vulnerable members of our community from the virus, and of course testing for confirmation. Next, I want to just give you a quick update on our June ridership numbers. TRIMET provided 4.6 million trips in June.
See, they don't tell you how many people. One person gets 4 trips. He always talks in terms of trips instead of the ridership numbers. How many people are riding your system is a more honest number, but they like to propagandize, make it look better than they are. Their whole shtick is to make themselves look better than they are.
June, that's 28.7% higher than last June. So really good news there. And ridership is still in recovery, and overall it's returned to about 57% of where it was before COVID-19. So lots of work still need to be there. And we, again, we're taking a look at our system, and we're looking at this comprehensive service analysis on how to connect much better. So
what a bunch of baloney. Your system is trash. Okay, it's trash. People are riding it because they don't have a choice, I imagine. I don't imagine any choice riders are riding the system anymore. I imagine that it's just people who have no other option. Okay, I would never ride this system now. I won't even ride the MBTA. They're even worse than TRIMET. You can get hurt on the MBTA. I mean, they're actually dangerous. TRIMET's just unreliable. They're not dangerous. Okay, they haven't gone down to of course, they're a lot younger agency than MBTA, and MBTA is just, all the money was stolen by the elites, and the service and the infrastructure went to trash. It's the same story everywhere. Okay, your country's been destroyed by the neoliberal elites.
That brings me to our Forward Together project, or comprehensive service analysis, Since our last board briefing on the project, a few things have occurred. First, our Forward Together project was awarded a grant.
Forward Together, the CARES Act. All these bullshit names these technocrats, politicians give to their bullshit to make it appear like they care about you, when the opposite is the truth. They don't give a shit about you at all. What's in it for them, their buddies, the elites, the insiders?
By the FTA under the American Rescue Plan. And then second,
American Rescue Plan that has rescued nobody except the elites.
Historic shortage is forcing us to reduce service levels yet again, delaying our ability to expand. Therefore, we're retooling our approach, and the Forward Together will now include a near-term plan to address post-pandemic travel patterns, and also a revision of our long-range plans for service growth. So there's an update in your board packet with the latest information. And what we're going to do is in September, we'll have much more information for you at the September board meeting for you to be able to do kind of a Q&A with us.
It's garbage. Your system is trash. Okay, that's what you should say. Right now, TriMet is not a functional agency. We heard them admit that at the taxation board meeting, whatever that board is, that the bureaucracy that monitors all the other bureaucracies, as Jason said. We heard them admit to those people that TriMet was no longer a functional transit agency, and they could not recommend anyone use it. They actually said it out loud. And he should be saying that too right now, but he's not going to tell you the truth. He's going to lie.
Finally, this morning, I want to bring in our Manager of Service Performance and Analysis, Miles Crumley. Miles will give us a look at the third quarter performance report. And Miles, thank you for joining us this morning.
Where is he? Put your camera.
I guess it says Miles, but in the closed caption it comes out Mouse.
Where is it?
Very disrespectful.
Good morning, Miles.
Where is it? Come on, move your camera, Pootie.
TRIMET Board of Directors. My name is Miles Crumley. I'm the Manager of Service Performance and Analysis, here to present the 2022 first quarter quarterly performance report. This covers January, February, and March of 2022.
We're losing the picture.
During this time period, while we still continue to reconstruct our transit service, we continue to have ongoing COVID.
First quarter, January, February, March. You just finally got the numbers. It's freaking July, God damn it.
We're also,
this
is a great presentation.
No, don't skip this.
Rule violations.
Railroad violations per 100,000 miles. We did see an increase during quarter one of 2022. We're seeing about 18.
Pootie, you got to have more patience. We got to watch this shit.
0.4 per million miles. The largest categories are in the areas of signal trips and speed trips. Speaking with our rail transportation department, they are continuing to monitor the speed trips, as these are mainly concentrated with new operators or operators that are in probation on the rail system.
Yeah, operators, fire them all. Fire them all.
You're skipping it, Pootie.
Our max light rail.
Okay, it is garbage. Okay, it really is irrelevant. I understand what. It is irrelevant information. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, nobody cares. The train ain't showing up. Max collisions per 100,000 miles.
The rate relief remains very low. We are observing that there are more objects, not actual people, with carts, things that the operators typically would not hit that are just left in the right of way as we continue.
Well, good. We're only running over a few people, mostly shopping carts. What you got here? Lift miles. Nobody rides a lift anymore. Killed that.
Members wondering if TRIMET could create a mandate again for masks on all of our vehicles. And I don't know whether that's something.
No on mandates. No. Let people decide what they want to do on their own. I do not want government demanding you do things. Okay, this was what's happened with this COVID is it's allowed politicians to regulate. Politicians can tell you what to do now. I never thought in my lifetime I would see a politician having the power to tell you can't go out of your house, you must get a shot, you must stay in your home. I mean, I can't believe that this has happened. Okay, that some fucking elected hack who most of us didn't vote for gets to make these decisions affecting your life directly. This is something I never thought I would see in this country, and yet it's happened.
We can do, or how that is determined. Right now, it's voluntary. So I wanted to know if you would like to speak to that.
I will. First, I want to let you know I've also invited Andrew Wilson, our Executive Director of Safety and Security, who oversees our emergency
Good, I knew there was six-figure salary telling me about
I'll
this.
start off by telling you, since the President of the United States and the federal government has come out and provided that it's not a mandatory subject for us, we're now having a conversation about it. We started that conversation, and I wanted to bring Andrew in just to give a quick update on what's taking place right now.
Or you can't give it to us? He doesn't tell you this stuff?
Yeah.
Come on, Sammy, what are you doing at home?
Andrew, are you there? You're muted out.
Android instead of Andrew? Jeez. Closed captioning on YouTube sucks.
I am indeed, sir. Sorry, I'm a little multitasking over here with somebody in my office in the background.
What do you got? You're in the office?
I'm sorry, folks.
So there was conversation around should TRIMET
Spreading the
bring back the mask
COVID in the
mandate.
office, not at home?
I know that we've had conversations
Because they need the
around this.
safety
I know the federal
dues.
government has ruled, and due to the increase of hospitalization, just as well as the increase of positive confirmed cases, we've talked about that, but I think with the CDC and the federal government's response, we decided to relax our policies as what they put forward. The question from the public now, or from some of the public, is, are you interested, or can you bring back the mask mandate? So I wanted to just bring you in and talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's something that we evaluate here, particularly from an emergency management standpoint, pretty heavily every time we get new notices from the counties in terms of response. And you guys know that the three-county area that we work in often have different levels of heightened activity, which makes it kind of tricky for us. In the past, what we have done is we've really tried to stick closely with the Oregon Health Authority and their recommendations in terms of mask mandates. And of course, we also have, in the past, we've had TSA guidance, which has made it very simple for us to sort of kind of follow that from a mask mandate perspective.
Mask,
At
all
this
over
point in
ground.
time,
Litter,
the
environment,
levels of
crisis,
rise
crisis.
have not had.
There is an actual crisis in garbage from mass. They're floating around in the ocean. It's been one giant shit show, this whole COVID thing.
The same kind of recommendations from the OHA or the TSA to mandate masks out on the system. That presents a big challenge for a transit operator like us. I mean, we've done it in the past and we could do it again, certainly. But at this point in time, weighing the recommendations from both the OHA and the TSA, kind of keeping our eye on that, we're not recommending going back towards a full mask mandate.
Yeah, wear your face diaper if you want. Go ahead.
42, endorsing the statement of board member responsibilities and code of conduct. Both of those resolutions are ones that the board has had an opportunity to weigh in on and recommend. And so I want to first see if anyone has any requests to have any of the consent agenda removed and moved into the regular meeting, or are we ready to entertain a motion?
Let's motion, baby. Let's do it.
I don't see any hands raised. So I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
It's been moved by Director Edwards. Is there a second?
I second.
Go Hockey, get it.
Director Gonzalez has been moved and seconded.
How much?
Does anyone want to make a comment?
All right,
at
we'll
this
finish
point
part
before
one
we
of
vote?
Cooties.
Yeah, I'll make a quick comment. As we've discussed a couple times, I think it's timely. And again, the default is that, whenever possible, we meet in person and fully participate. But this arrangement will allow us that flexibility if and when
it's needed. How does it?
Yeah, you're staying at home for as long as you
appreciate this timely approach that we're taking. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Kim. Any others? Hearing none, I will call for the vote. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none.
That was a useless general manager report. I want to point that out. Another useless general manager report is just useless. Why does he even bother doing a report? I mean, there's nothing there. Nothing there. Sam is useless. He's a figurehead. They got a black guy in charge. They want a black guy in charge. Here's your black face, public. It's inclusion. See?
The motion carried.
Don't just say I mean, give some emotion there. You know? It's really selling. Like it's coming from your loins that are burning that you just want to give that eye, you know? Kind of like a macho man, Randy Savage. Ooh, aye! Guys, it's just way too laid back. I don't buy it.
Passes. So now we're going to go into resolutions. We have 3 this morning. The first resolution is 22-07-43, and it is authorizing contracts with Just Bucket Excavating, Construction LLC, and Advanced Tribal LLC for bus layover improvement and upgrade construction projects. Mr. General Manager, your comments, please.
Thanks, President Simmons, members of the board. If approved, the first resolution come before you today authorizing TRIMET to offer construction contracts to Just Bucket, Advanced Tribal, and Bratton Construction for our Gateway and Gresham Transit Center bus improvement projects. These 3 contractors were identified as the top-ranked.
Yeah, now this is some serious pork barrel here. I forgot what. Let me look, man. Let me see here. Let me look here. Where the fuck is my goddamn? Let me look here. Let me look. Okay, here it is, right here. Okay, this is $20 million. He's talking about $20 million. Okay, for some kind of bus stop. Oh, look, the link is not working. Oh, there it is. In 2018, the board, blah, 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 construction of physical improvement or upgrades intended to increase facilitate bus service within the built environment. This will require construction work to add or alter bus stops. So it's some kind of a bus stop modification. It's just pork. It's a pork barrel, useless shit.
Certified bidders responding to the RFP, and COBID is the Certified Office of Business Inclusion and Diversity through the state of Oregon. Board approval today would advance a resolution approved back in March.
COBID, not COVID. Tricky. See what you're doing there.
March to award the contracts with an exception or exemption from the competitive low bid procurement method in support of COBID certified contracts.
Oh, yeah, so they can charge whatever the fuck they want of taxpayer money, but they're inclusive and diversified.
That's correct. He's right. Okay, this is exempted from the bidding process, allows TRIMET to award the contracts as they see fit, which is completely something that's inappropriate in a public system like this. But this is how things are now. Everything is corruption in plain sight. They know none of us are going to do anything, so they don't care.
Your approval will allow TRIMET to establish 3 separate on-call contracts with each of the firms. The initial contracts will be for 1 year with an option to extend 4 additional years. The total contract value is not to exceed $5 million over those 5 years.
Each. $5 million each for each of those contracts.
It will.
Cost of the work is included in the FY 22-23 STIF bond plan and is expected to be extended for future biennium. As I mentioned, these are COVID certified firms. All 3 are DBEs. Bratton is also woman-owned, and your approval of the resolution is recommended.
Thank you, General Manager.
Damn right. Can't get any company to do it that's qualified. Nice to meet your sexist ways, huh? I see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm completely against these no-bid contracts. I'm completely against them. It facilitates cronyism, and it's not right. But that's how government is functioning now. I mean, here you have this brain-dead Biden sending billions of dollars over to the goddamn Ukrainians, who are the most corrupt country in Europe. Meanwhile, we're suffering here. It's just I can't even believe what's happening in this country anymore. I just can't believe it.
Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Thank you, Director Gonzalez.
I see that.
Oh, that's the end of part 1. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here. I can't take any more of this for today. That's good enough.